Hi everyone, welcome back to Smarta.
With Marta. Today we are doing the answers for the expanded form part 1 math lesson. So if you have done your on your own work and you are ready to check the answers with us, you are in the right place. Before we get there though, we wanted to start with some jokes.
The first joke comes from Catherine B, and it is, where do famous cows live?
Famous cows, I don't know.
New York City.
Good one, Catherine.
I'm looking forward to going to New York City one day. I haven't been there yet.
And Renee also sent in a joke that says, what did one tornado say to the other tornado?
What did one tornado say to the other tornado?
I'll see you around.
I get it.
Very
Nice
funny,
one,
Renee. Okay. We also wanted to do some shout outs today, and my shout out is to Ethan, because Ethan has been reading a ton of books on epic books. A ton. I went in there and I looked this morning, and it says he's read for 28 and a half hours already.
28 and a half hours? Way
Yeah.
to go, Ethan.
And I know he's not just going in there and leaving it open so it looks like he's reading for a long time. I could see one book he read in 50 minutes. That's almost an hour. And he read 111 pages. And that was a good indication to me that he's not fake reading. He's actually reading. So great job,
Fantastic job, Ethan. My shout out today goes to Seamus in my class and his mum or his dad, because I'm not sure who stretched his learning for him. But in addition to writing me daily, showing me his daily writes he's creating, telling me how his day is going, sending in his math work, sending in his pictures of his social studies assignment. In addition to doing all that, either his mom or his dad wrote some questions out for him that would help him stretch his learning, and he wrote the answers to them, took a picture and sent them back. So one of them was what did you think of the first math lesson? Second one was the book you're currently reading. What's your favorite part of the book so far? And the third one was, what do you think of epic books? And Seamus wrote answers to each of those questions and sent them in. Thanks.
So he had good practice writing, and he was thinking about his learning. Great job, Seamus.
Good job.
So we are going to ask you to meet us over at the easel now to check your lessons for expanded form part 1.
Okay. See you there? All right. Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the answers portion to the expanded form lesson 1. Is that what we're calling it, Mrs. Murda?
Yep.
Okay.
He just really wants me to answer from another room.
Yeah, so I guess we are calling it expanded form lesson 1. These are your answers. If you haven't done expanded form lesson 1, get out of here. You're in the wrong video. And we know some of you are going to the wrong videos, because when we upload the videos this week, we noticed that particularly in lesson 2 of partitioning, we had like 22 views on the answers and 15 views on the lesson. So some of you are going to the answers before the lesson. If that's you, oops, get out of here. Backpedal. That's better, not backpack. Backpack's what you wear on your back. Okay, here we go. Here's the answers to your trying your own. We have partitioning on the left and expanded form on the right. This is an expanded form lesson, but we wanted to include both so you could understand that expanded form, there's a big part of partitioning in that just hidden. So you have to understand partitioning before expanded form, like we said before. Tomorrow's lesson, lesson 2 in expanded form, will not include partitioning. It's going to be all expanded form and more difficult questions and some challenge questions. So look for those. So here's our answers. I'm going to go a little bit quicker. I won't, pause for you yelling things in, because supposedly, hopefully, you have your paper in front of you that has these answers already on them. The good news is, if you notice you've made a mistake and you want to change it, pause the video, make the change, give yourself a check mark, then keep going, all right? So here we go. Partitioning, 64 plus 19. We break this into its parts. Because Mrs. Marta is over there, not right here, I get to draw my arrows. 64 becomes 60 and 4. 19 becomes 10 and 9. Hopefully you have 60 plus 10 gives you 70. 9 plus 4, use that 10 trick. 9 plus 4 is 13. Many of you probably wrote 83 right from here, and you're correct. So others might have broken this 13 into its parts again. The 13 would have become a 10 and a 3. And the 70 would have come on down. So you have 70 plus 10 is 80, plus 3 more equals 83. So whether you did this step or simply wrote right there, you're correct, got it right. Next move. On to expanded form. 64 plus 19. We start in the tens column. There is 1 0 and a 10. So I have how many tens? I have 6 tens and 1 10. That's 70. Some of you might have wrote down 70 right away. I'll do that down here for this one, but I'm going to use the zero trick first for this first one. Now we're in the ones column. 9 plus 4 is 13. Make sure you are not writing it over this direction. Make sure you're in the number 13. You have 3 1s and 1 10. So make sure the 10's in the right column and the 1's in the right column. Add them up. 0 plus 3 is 3. 7 plus 1 is 8. We all check out. They match up. Going down to the second question. Partitioning first. 53 plus 84. 53 breaks into 50 plus 3. 84 breaks up into 80 and 4. Okay, we add these together. 80 plus 50 is quite difficult. Some of you might see it already as 130, but if you use the trick, you're in the tens column. How many zeros in a 10? Well, there's 1 0. Now I just do how many tens do I have? 8 tens plus 5 tens is 13 tens. So 130. Plus 7 more equals 130 plus 7 is 137. 137. 53 plus 84 expanded form. 80 plus 50 is 130. And very important, we talked about it yesterday or in the previous lesson. This is the tens column. Make sure that 1 for the 130, since that's 100, is in the hundreds column that has nothing up here. So make its own column right there. 4 plus 3, that's the ones column, so make sure that goes in the ones column. If you mistakenly put that 7 from 4 plus 3 in the tens column, you're going to get 200. If you put it in the hundreds column, you're going to get 830. Way off. Ones column, 7, so it is 7, 3, 1. We check out our last question of our answers today. No challenge questions today, challenge questions tomorrow. 86 plus 95. It's definitely the harder of the 3 questions. 86 becomes 80 and 6. 95 becomes 90 and 5. I'm always worried I'm making a mistake as Mrs. Smart is not behind the camera. She's getting her social studies lesson ready right now is what she is doing. So I'm not having anybody double check my work. So I'm constantly going back, going, did I get that right? I don't want to make this wrong. If I get it wrong, yell at me. I know I won't hear you, but yell at me anyways.
Don't yell at him. Gently tell him.
Okay, 86 became 80 and 6. 95 became 90 and 5. I add them up now. We're in the tens column. 80 plus 90, pretty big. If you want to just add it right away, I know 90 is really close to 100, so I simply borrow 10 from that 80, make that a 100. If I borrowed 10 from that 80 went 10 less, so it's down to 70, so it tells me 170. Or you can do the trick. You're in the tens column. How many zeros in a 10? Well, there's 1 0. Now how many tens do you have? 9 plus 8 is 17. Plus our ones column. 6 plus 5 gives us 11. Now I know many of you would have written down already from here 170, 181, and you are correct. Some of you, though, might like breaking it down to its lowest parts possible. That 11 becomes 10 and 1. That 170 falls down to join it. Now you've got all the parts there. 170 plus 10 more is 180. 180 plus 1 is 181. So whether you went all the way down to this step or could figure out this step, got it right, you're good. On to expanded form, same question. We should come up with the same answer. We have a ones column and a tens column. We always start from the left in expanded form. So 90 plus 80, or 1 0 and 17. So we have 170. To go over that again, 90, because this is not 86, 95. You're going to pretend it's an 80 and a 90. That's what the partitioning comes in, 80 and 90. So 80 and 90 is 170. Or there's 1 0 in the tens column. 9 plus 8 is 17, 170. The ones column, 6 plus 5 is 11. Really make sure that, I can't stress how important it is that 11 gets in the right column. If you mistakenly wrote 1 over here, you're going to get like 1,701. Way off. If you moved the 11 both into this ones column, it won't make sense to add it either. You'll get still, again, some strange number. If you mistakenly move the 11 over to here in the hundreds and the tens column, you're going to get 280. Still way off. So make sure 11, ones column, there's 110 and 1, 1. That's the 11. 0 plus 1 is 1. 7 plus 1 is 8. 1 plus nothing is 1. So 181. Boys and girls, hope you did well. If you're happy, fantastic. If you want some more practice, rewind, go back, erase, try it again. Shake that dice, create your own questions, get your own answers. Send us pictures of all your math you're doing. Thanks to those that are sending those pictures from last week's social studies, math, reading, stories. We're getting so much from you. We're loving it. We're seeing, we're marking down who's doing what. Keep up the great work.
Good job. You made it to the end of the video, and you know if you make it to the end, we get to visit with Rexy. So here I am with my good buddy Rexy. Mr. Marta, did you have someone ask a question about
yes.
Rexy?
Catherine B. also had a question. She said in her writing to me, is Rexy a T-Rex or is he a table? Well, as Mrs. Marta says, he's a multi-purpose classroom pet. He is a T-Rex, but he's a T-Rex that likes wearing a tabletop for a hat. Here, we'll show you.
It's very handy to hold our lamp.
You got it tight?
I got him.
So we can unscrew Rexy's hat when he wants to go for a walk, or if it's just he wants a little break. There's the table.
He's tired of holding the lamp on his head.
So now he's just T-Rex with no hat.
And his favorite part.
And all his jokes.
He's proud of you for making it all the way to the end. So he would like to tell a joke today. Right, Rexy? All right. Here's Rexy's joke for today. What do you call a dinosaur that doesn't take a bath?
What do you call a dinosaur that doesn't take a bath, Rexy?
A stinkosaurus.
That is pretty good.